and Vicious Victor Ortiz.
How you guys doing?
Oh man, first of all, thank you for coming on the show.
Hey,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it, Victor.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to get right into it, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they want to know about a few things. Floyd Mayweather, Maidana, things like that. But there's a backstory to you as a boxer, right? Before you got there. I want to talk about the beginning stages of your life growing up in Kansas City and how difficult it was, like, with your parenting growing up. Because I don't think a lot of people understood how you, as a young child, had to raise your brothers. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. Well, first off, let's correct it. I'm
Okay.
not from Kansas City. I'm from
Garden City.
Garden City is the town I grew up in, but I was born in Liberal, Kansas, which is like an hour away from there. But nonetheless, it's southwest corner. I love Kansas City, though. I've been there a few times, you know.
Yeah, okay.
But other than that, man, yeah, no. We went to school. First of all, the family was a family in the beginning. Mom, dad, my brother, and 2 sisters. And it was just another regular day, you know.
Okay.
So my brother and I went to school, and my sister, of course. We came home to an empty household. And I'm 7 years old, going on 8, and I'm thinking like, whoa. I never really had a relationship with my mom where I can say, oh, we were so close, or did she love me? I would hope so. I'm her son, you know.
Okay.
But my younger brother, he needed mommy at the time, and I believe out of anybody, out of the siblings, my brother was the most hurt one of all.
So your mother, she left.
Yeah, she just abandoned us. She left. My dad was at work at the time. He worked driving semis, you know, traveling around and whatnot. He came home and this is the first time ever that he got home. I'm 7 years old. I'm rolling up my hand wraps, and I remember the Power Rangers was a big TV show. You know,
big thing.
Yeah, so I watched the whole episode of the Power Rangers, which that never happened.
Okay.
I get to about a third of the show, and I'm rolling up my hand wraps, and then boom, I have to go to train. I hated it because at the time I was this little fat kid, and my dad made me box against my will because I got picked on. I got made fun of. I was fat, you know, or fluffy or whatever.
Fluffy.
Yeah. So
my
dad knew that people made fun of me of course, and beat me up. So he made me box, and he took me to the Salvation Army, which at the time was what was it called? Police Athletic League, the PAL, the Garden City PAL in Kansas.
Okay.
So I went there, and I just remember not knowing nothing about boxing, never putting on boxing gloves or nothing. My dad put me in the ring with a kid, and this kid beat me up corner to corner.
He beat you up?
Oh, yeah.
How old were you?
I was 7, man.
So fighting at 7?
Well, he made me.
Okay, I got you.
So I'm in the corner getting beat up from corner to corner, and I just remember my dad was probably so frustrated because my mom was gone. And I just remember I'm like, man, I just got beat up in the ring. But getting out of the ring, my dad had no empathy, no sympathy. So getting out of the ring, my dad already had his belt off of his waist, grabbed me like a piñata, man. He beat me right there in front of everybody, said that in this family there aren't going to be any,
Sure.
And then I was just crying, like getting handled by my dad, like spanking me in front of everybody. So Bucky was the gentleman that trained all the kids there. His real name was Ignacio Avila, but everyone called him Bucky.
Okay.
So if you see my fights in today's days, it says Bucky in my mouthpiece, Bucky on my trunks and stuff. He passed away, you know. But anyways, this man, when he saw my dad coming down on me, he grabbed his arm and he says, "Don't you ever touch that boy. Don't you put another hand on that boy." And my dad at the time told him, "Keep that piece of, he's nothing. He'll never be anything." And then I was just crying, and Bucky says, "So you want to box, Junior?" I said, "No, sir."
He said, no?
No, sir.
I don't want nothing to do with it. Okay.
I said, "No, sir."
No, sir.
Well, why are you here? My dad made me come.
Yeah.
You know, like,
okay.
So you don't want to box? I was like, What if I told you that if you give me 1 month, and I teach you, and you take everything I say serious, and you work hard, in 1 month, you'll do to that kid what he did to you today? I go, crying. I'm like, I smiled. Really? Yeah. But you have to give me everything, Junior.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So now he started training me. Jab, fundamentals, 1-2s, 1-2s. Jab, 1-2s. So now he started letting me do it by myself. Jab, 1-2s. Jab, 1-2s. But then I'd come back like this.
Okay.
Not like this. This is what he taught me.
Okay.
I'd come back like this for some reason. One, jab, 1-2. Jab, 1-2. And it was quick. Jab, 1-2. But I didn't notice any of this.
Okay.
So he'd be like, you're southpaw. I'm like, no, I'm junior. He's like, no, you're southpaw. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm junior. Bucky, I'm junior.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you're southpaw. I'm like, Bucky, junior.
Yeah.
My dad's name's Victor. I'm just junior.
And for the people that don't understand, southpaw is the boxing.
I didn't know. I didn't know. Southpaw means left-handed.
Yeah.
And finally he says, no, junior. I'm saying you're left-handed. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm right-handed. He goes, you're right. What hand do you write with? I go, this one.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
He goes, which hand do you throw with? This one. What? I was like, yeah. He goes, then why are you boxing southpaw, left-handed? And I go, no, I'm not.
Wow.
I'm right-handed. See, I throw with this one first.
Sure.
He goes, no, junior, that's your power hand. I go, no, it's not. So next thing you know, he started trying his hardest to switch me this way because I'm right-handed. And then boom, I throw. By this point in time, I was running a 1-2-3 combo. You know, 1-2 and then hook. But for whatever reason, I never noticed that. It kept coming back left-handed. And next thing you know, he says, wow, junior, I think you are left-handed. I said, I don't like fighting the other way. It doesn't feel right.
Okay,
So now.
So you realized that you had a different fighting stance without even knowing it.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
So
and
now,
this is from Bucky.
Bucky.
Okay.
So now Bucky says, you know what? Gosh darn it, Junior, I'm going to teach you how to move correctly as a southpaw. I'm like, there you go with that word again. What is that? Southpaw means left-handed, Junior. When they say southpaw, that means left-handed. Oh, okay. So now he goes, let's teach you how to fight southpaw, forwards, backwards, and side to side, okay? We'll just focus on that. Yes, sir. So he started teaching me on ropes, how to walk, how to move, all southpaw, all left-handed. I didn't like the right-handed, man. And the thing is, a month in, what he said I did, I did it.
You got him back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But then I fell in love with the fact of making somebody cry. I fell in love with somebody who's bullying somebody, putting it on them.
A little revenge.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then I just I got onto this grasp of I became like this protector to all my little nerdy friends, you know? Like when people try to pick on them and stuff, I'd be like, hey, don't do that. What are you going to do? I can do whatever I want. But by this point in time, I don't have a mom or a dad because my dad did the same thing as my mom. I guess he couldn't really take his situation that took place, and he got onto drinking quite a bit. And next thing you know, a month went by, 2 months. He'd leave and come as time went by.
And you're raising your brother then?
Yeah. My sister was raising the two of us at the time.
Okay.
Carmen.
Okay.
And then, from there, my sister was mom to me. She was mom to my brother. By this point in time, my sister had a kid already. She's 13, delivered her firstborn.
At 13?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so then, I have nephews that are like 22, 23.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Big boys are like 6'4", man. But
well, that's so young.
Yeah.
What about school? At the time,
were
you motivated to stay in school?
No, absolutely, man.
Okay.
Thanks to my sister, she kept me in school.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I had good grades, man. I was always the kid that I would make sure to finish my school, and if not, I had tutoring. I'd go by myself.
Yeah.
They had snacks after school, man. We didn't have no food, so I tried to go get fed, man. Of course, yeah. But in the mix of it all, I was doing my homeworks. I had good grades. I respected one. I respected all. But if I had so much anger in me that I put all that anger into what Bucky had to say. The discipline. He was a disciplinarian. He was my mentor. He was my dad, my grandpa. He was my everything, man.
So he's like, your relation is kind of like with Mike Tyson.
It'd be like Customato.
Customato.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same thing.
We can say that, absolutely.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So he picked me up from school. He'd check on my grades. Oh man, he had me by a short leash, man.
Yeah.
I would never curse around him. I mean.
You loved him.
Oh yeah.
As a father, did he replace your father? He
pretty much did.
Okay.
He was my everything, man. But as the years went by, I remember, for me, although raising my brother, it was a tough time, man, because by this point in time, my sister had her responsibilities. We're pretty much just street kids, man.
Yeah.
My parents had a trailer home that they had purchased years before that. I don't know if it was together or whatever, but it was their property. And I remember once Dad left, Mom left, it was just an abandoned home, but my brother and myself still lived there. Like, we were kids. Nobody knew about it. And nobody did either because we were always in school. We'd keep our grades up. Nobody pushing us, but you know, I had great friends, man. I have Brandon Carmichael. I have Diego Lazarin. I have Kyle Brown. I have Elias Vargas, Anthony Rodriguez. Between all those guys, they all took care of me, my brother, and myself. And then he had his friends.
Okay.
So between all these little communities in Kansas, man, they kept me on my feet. Their moms would make me something to eat. Hey, mijo, let him wear some, whatever, or they'll give me a gift or something. And it meant the world to me. But I told these gentlemen, bro, one day I'm going to make it. And when that day comes, I'm going to have you guys ringside in suits. I meant what I said. Well, and I did it.
How difficult is it to get from, you know, the amateurs to the pros? Is it a record thing? Do you have to be seen by a certain amount of people? Do you have to go to the Olympics?
You know what's interesting? When you're in the amateurs, if you're making noise in the amateurs, then you're destined to be something, man.
Okay.
I came out like a Kansas tornado, bro. Like nobody knew who I was. No one in the rankings. A kid from Kansas. Next thing you know, you have this Mexicano.
Yeah.
From Kansas.
From Kansas.
To the nationals, rating everybody. They're like, whoa. I remember one year this kid came in. He had 8 belts walking into the ring.
Okay.
I had nothing. It was.
How old were you at this time?
I'm 13 now.
Okay.
And I just remember Bucky says, Junior, that's a lot of noise. That's distraction, Junior. You're gonna go in there, you hit this kid in the belly. You're gonna make sure that he knows who you are. Mm-hmm. He goes, that kid does not belong in here with you, Junior. I said, yes, sir.
Wow.
So the kid's in there and he's like, oh, I'm gonna F you up in the center, shaking hands.
Yeah.
Oh, you're done. So I came in there. That was the birth of me having championships, national championships, and I destroyed this guy. I was the.
You still remember the feeling?
Oh, absolutely. But that's the feeling I fell in love with.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what the feeling was? If you really break it down as a whole,
okay.
The feeling that I was seeking was validation
from
people. And just I felt
you weren't trying to prove anything to your parents. Like, look at what I'm able to do, despite you.
I wanted people to just know that I'm here. I wanted people to love me from all the love I've missed my whole life. And you know what? I fell in love with that. And I thought, in a sense, that was a false idol to me.
Okay.
Because I was led to believe in my own head that, man, if I could just make it, people are going to love me.
Wow.
If I could just do something big, like, man, maybe one day my mom and dad will see who I am. Like, it just kept me hungry. Like, no matter how many times I fell, I can't fall more than I've fallen my whole life without a mom or a dad. So, you know what? I have to make it. And in the mix of doing it all, I got to help my brother. And finally, at, going through all this national level, I go from a nobody to 8 national championships later. Mm-hmm. By 16 years old, I'm leading Team USA. I'm going to the Olympic trials, youngest in history.
Wow.
I'm making a statement. By that point in time, I've been discovered by boxing coaches around the globe. And fortunately for me at the time, I had met the Garcia family, and I ended up in Oxnard, of all places. I never heard of Oxnard in my life.
That was going to be my next question. How did you end up from Kansas? Garden City.
Well, check this out. The craziest thing was, I'm a big believer in God, and I would always cry at night, and I said, God, why are you doing this to me? I'm like, man, I don't have a mom. I don't have a dad. I don't know where I'm going to go next. I don't know what I'm eating next. Like, God, please help me, man. And I'd sit there, and I'm a kid. And next thing you know, after all these national championships, all these conquering things here and there, I would always watch tapes on Fernando Vargas. I never heard of Oxnard in my life. I heard of La Colonia Boxing Gym.
Yeah.
Never heard of Oxnard in my life. And I remember I looked up to Fernando Vargas so much, and I always said, man, when I grow up, when I get older, I'm going to be fighting out of that same gym. I'm going to be Fernando Vargas' next chapter.
Yeah.
I said, that's ferocious Fernando Vargas. I'm going to be Vicious Victor Ortiz.
Wow.
But the name came out, Vicious Victor Ortiz came out on its own when I was in the Olympic trials and all that. They're like, yo, man, hey, you better be careful for that little mother, you know.
Yeah.
That Victor Ortiz, man, he dangerous.
He vicious.
Yeah, that's vicious. That's vicious with the smile, man. Don't let that smile fool you, man. that fool's dangerous, man. F that mother, you know.
Yeah.
So now I'll be like, all right, hey, how's it going, man? How we doing? We're fine tonight, bro. Yeah, hey, man, nice to meet you. Man, don't talk to me. I'm like, all right, my bad, bro. Hey, we'll see you tonight, okay? Man, I told you don't talk to me, man. I'm like, my bad, bro. Don't touch me. My bad, dude, chill.
Wow.
So then I come in the ring and I'm like, shake hands, boom. They're like, damn.
A switch.
I think I just pissed him off. I should have gave him a hug. I come in, I'll be annihilating fools, man.
That's interesting.
So the year came, 2003, for the 2004 Olympics. Team USA, man, I just remember we're in the Olympic box office. We're the last 4 to pretty much define who's going to be in the box office and who's going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And I remember, man, I knocked out. Well, I dropped the guy who beat the Olympian, right? Mm-hmm. And then I stopped him. And I was like, that's right, mother, you know?
Yeah.
And I was young and 16, and I'm on top of I'm on fire, man. And then he ended up obviously being eliminated. So then I ended up fighting the guy that was going to the guy that fought the Olympian, the guy that fought him, that beat him. So I ended up fighting that guy. I dropped him and I stopped him. Next thing you know, the Olympian, for some reason, I was bypassed, and I never fought the Olympian. But then I fought. I guess they somehow ended up fighting
Was it politics?
Yeah, it was bad.
So the politics are just.
It was
huge
ugly,
in boxing.
man. It was ugly because right before any of the tournament took place, there were 62 guys in USA. Mm-hmm. I came out. It was David Rodella from Oxnard, California, was on top of the bracket.
Okay.
Victor Ortiz from Oxnard, California, was at the bottom. We wiped out 62 guys between he and I. Boom, we met in the finals.
Okay. What was that like?
I personally thought, you know, a fighter knows when he loses a fight. I thought he got the best of me. And I was like, man, I mean, I did just enough, but in my heart, I felt,
You didn't feel you won?
No, yeah. I think my boy beat me, but you know what? It's okay. Glory to God, you know. So
they gave him the victory.
No. Check this out. So I'm like this. They're like, ladies and gentlemen, this year, 2003, going for the representing Team USA, blah, blah. I think I was in the red corner. In the red corner, and I just remember I'm like this. And then I looked at my boy. Well, at the time, my enemy, you know, my arch rival.
Yeah.
I remember I looked at him, he goes, and I looked at my corner and I go, oh, that's right. I won.
He's like, that's me.
It was a 3-2 split decision.
Yeah.
3-2.
That's crazy.
So I go like this. I go, hey, man. He goes, man, you don't be touching me.
Yeah.
You know I beat you. You know I beat you. F that, man. And I was just like.
It's your boy. This is your guy.
I was like, you know what? I'm not going to say you did. I'm not going to say you didn't.
Oh,
so
my God. That's crazy.
I walked away, right?
Yeah.
So now we go to a different tournament.
Okay.
And I'm just like, oh, man. By this point in time, I have my nose was broken and my whole thumb was broken too, you know, from fighting. And then I go.
I mean, I got to interject on this. Well, how can a boxer just sit there and take the punishment and the hits? Is it hurting you? Are you not feeling the pain?
Well, you feel everything.
So
human,
it's just
bro.
interesting to put yourself in that. Okay, someone breaks your nose. How do you just keep going? Is it just like, I don't want to be embarrassed?
No, it's not that. It's just you are chasing something greater than yourself, man.
Yeah.
It's couldn't tell you, man. You keep going. Get knocked down, you keep going. It's crazy.
Can you give me a time where you got hit the hardest? Like, can you name the boxer that hit you the hardest?
Heck yeah, I can, man. I got Andre Berto. 2011, man. I just remember we're going at it. Well, first off, I have 0 chances of winning this fight. I had to drop out of college because the dean said that it's It's a silly dream to chase. Do you know the statistics of becoming something even remotely close to a world champion? And I said, well, luckily for you, what I tell myself between my ears is not what you do.
I heard that.
So then from there, I had to drop my classes or not. My teachers weren't gonna pass me. They recommended I drop out, and then I go to war, come back victorious, and man, it was crazy.
So was that like the biggest feeling?
I got dropped.
I
got dropped in the
fight of the
6th
year,
round.
right? Was that fight of the year?
I got dropped though, and I
Okay.
just remember getting dropped, and if I've gone back and seen the fight, but when I got dropped, boom, I just felt like boom, my lights went out, right? And I just remember, I'm like, I looked around for a second. Oh, I'm on the floor, and I'm trying to get up. But for me, my brain, I felt like I was I'm trying to get up like this, and my legs felt like rubber and just blah, blah.
Yeah.
But when I went back and I see the video, I'm back on my feet. I'm good.
But in
I
your
was not
mind, you
good.
felt completely different.
I was not good.
It was not good.
And then, of course, Berto comes to attack me. I'm like, oh, dang. Whoa. And then for whatever reason, I go, boom,
Caught it.
boom. And then he goes down. I'm like, oh, shit. Oh.
You didn't expect to do that.
I go, the bell rings.
Yeah.
I just dropped the champ, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
how's his power? I was like, pretty good. They're like, wash them hands, keep the hands up, you know, blah, blah. So, man, I still ask myself, how the heck did I get up, man?
Really?
I just remember, like, in that moment, I don't know.
The body's doing something that your mind is doing something completely different.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, I know I brought up Tyson, but when I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Evander Holyfield, or no, Riddick Bowe, that knocked him down, and then he went to pick up his mouthpiece while he's trying to get up, and I'm like, why is he going back down to pick up his mouthpiece? It's like his mind and body doing two different things.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy, man. It's definitely, it's different, but that's the one time I've been hit a lot, but Berto, man, hats off to him, man.
You think it's a harder puncher than Maidana? Marcus
Oh,
Maidana?
yeah, easy. I say easy because check this out. If you go back and you redo the homework of when I fought Marcos Maidana, I go in, I drop him first. When I drop him, I think to myself, I never arrived mentally to that fight.
First round, too. You dropped him in the first round.
The first round, but I never arrived mentally to that fight. And there's a big depicting difference between his drop and my drop to him. The biggest difference was this. If you go back and you replay that fight, when I dropped him, boom, it was a clear flash knockdown. Bam, you went down.
Okay.
And the craziest thing is 2 weeks before that, I broke this wrist. 2 weeks before the fight.
Yeah.
I had shot up a quarter zone so I wouldn't feel nothing for the fight.
Wow.
So I go into the fight, I dropped him with a broken wrist. Boom, he drops. The distinct difference between that happening to him through me and him to me was this. When I got up, being as mentally gone as I was for that fight, that preparation, I remember I looked up, and then they go, you ready? And I just go, yeah. So then, boom, I go in to finish him, right? And if you go back and look at the video, I rushed in to go finish him. So as I'm rushing in, he catches me. Boom! Right? I go down.
Yeah.
That's double impact.
Double impact, because
I'm coming in hot.
Yeah.
And then boom, he catches me in midair.
Okay.
Now here's where I say this is the complete difference. Like Berto, no, I didn't do that, and he still hit hard.
He still hits you harder. I see what you mean. Yeah.
But here's the thing: the difference between Berto and that particular punch was he turned my lights out, man. I thought the fight ended with Marcos Maidana. I didn't realize that I got up. I kept going for 6 rounds. I thought it ended when it ended. The fight was over, called off. Apparently, I was winning, but it was the lights were on. Nobody was home.
Right. They just looked at you, and the doctor was like, "No, it's over."
Yeah. In the sixth
You were up. You were walking around.
But the whole fight, it was the lights were on. Nobody was home. I just threw hands. It's me or you was the mentality, I guess. So years later, after that fight, I've never watched that fight. From 1 to 6, I have never watched that fight. Why? My brain can't observe or remember that I fought Marcos and I went down like I did. And the thing is, I was never gun shy from that fight and forward because I never watched the video. In my mind, my brain played a trick on me. That fight never took place in my brain.
Wow. That's interesting.
So I don't.
What if you did watch the fight? You think it would have messed up?
Probably at the time,
psychologically?
I was younger. Maybe
Okay.
it could have messed something up in there because I've seen guys go down and they get scared to hit the next fight. The next one, they become runners.
Okay.
So that's never been the case with me, thankfully. So here's the thing. After that whole situation, and in the 6th round, I come to the locker room. I remember sitting there, and mind you, the guy that I fought in the amateurs that was my biggest rival.
Yeah.
We fought again, and I ended up knowing that he hits hard and he's speedy. So I boxed him the 2nd time. I beat him unanimously.
So
in the box offs.
You didn't want to fight his fight.
So here's the thing. No. At the time. So here's the thing. I tell you that. I rewind a little bit because he and I became the best of friends. He's like my big brother, man.
Okay.
And he ended up being one of my coaches, one of my sparring partners for that particular fight. When we got to the locker room, he looks at me and goes, I'm like this, and I'm just leaking because I have my eyes ripped open, pop. My bone, this one is just sticking out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, man. So I remember sitting there just broken, like just bleeding everywhere. I thought somebody was pouring water on me because my right here, my cranium was cracked in half too. I didn't realize that nobody was pouring water on me. It was all my blood leaking. So I go, hey man, stop pouring stuff on me, bro. I'm good. He goes, mijo, you good? I go, yeah, man. Hey, bro, I got caught. I think it was in the 1st round or 2nd round or something. I know I got caught and I went down. I couldn't make the count. He goes, what?
Wow.
I go, my bad, man. I took one and it happens. And he goes, what are you talking about? And I'm like, dude, stop putting that water on me. He goes, what are you talking about? Come here. He goes, dude, do you know what happened? I go, yeah, I got dropped. I just couldn't make it. He goes, dude, no. You got up. What? You got up. Ugliest fight I have ever seen you do. There was no boxing involved. You threw hands. It was toe to toe. I go, no way. He goes, you put him down 3 more times. I go,
You couldn't remember any of this.
I go, you're serious? He goes, yeah, dude. You fought the ugliest fight ever, dude. No boxing included. You just, me or you, bro. And I go, you're serious?
Wow.
So then he goes, they stopped you in the 6th round due to too much blood. I go, no way. And of course, not being there, but I'm still making jokes. I go, so you're telling me I have a good autopilot?
Yeah, right. Seriously.
So he goes, you're stupid, man. So he gave me a hug, and then they brought the doctors in. They stitched me up and stuff. It's crazy.
Now, what about like today? Do you have flashbacks? Do you have bad dreams?
You know
headaches?
what? No. Thankfully, no. God's been good to me, brother. I still keep working hard.
Okay.
I still have it. I'm 36 years old now.
Yeah.
I still have it, man. Thankfully.
So you're ready to box if you given the opportunity.
No, I'm still fighting.
There you go. Okay.
Either February sometime from the last few phone calls I've had in the last week. But we'll be ready, brother. We'll be ready.
And that's what I was going to touch on. Like, calls coming in for the last few weeks. What was the call like for the Floyd Mayweather camp? How did that even...
The fight when it took place?
Yes. So like, you get the phone call, your manager hits you up.
It was interesting, right? So I had just received my first defeat to Maidana.
Yeah.
Hey, man, God bless him. He's a good fighter,
Floyd Mayweather says he's kind of dirty. He says it hits with his elbows. He goes over the hand and kind of hits you in the head as well.
No, I agree 100% with Floyd. But, at the end of the day, that's how he's been taught. That's how he received his career. That's what he's done.
Yeah.
Now, he never wanted to give me a rematch because he states it, quote unquote, in his interviews. I've never been down in my career. And Victor Ortiz happened to put me down 3-4 times. He says, I'll never fight him again.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Well, feather in your cap, man.
Aw.
Feather in your cap.
But at the end of the day, Marcos Maidana and I, we became friends, man. I mean, I've become friends with all my opposition, but at this point in time, what Floyd has to say, that's very true. I don't disagree. On the same token of it all, you know, when it comes to people of certain calibers, you know, they're just, we're different, you know.
Okay. And for that contact, you know, you had your first loss.
So what ended up happening was after I lost to Marcos Maidana, right away, Oscar De La Hoya, they do this thing where once they stop believing in you, they'll try to set you up to get beat. And they said, you know what, we'll try to give him another test. If he can pass this test, then we might give him another chance. Wow. So I come in, and they called me on a 3-week notice to go fight in Chicago. And I fought one of my guys I looked up to as a little boy. It was the champion, Antonio Diaz.
Okay.
And I go in with Antonio Diaz, man, and he hit hard. You know, he's dangerous. He's the guy I looked up to.
Sure.
And thankfully, we got him out of there. We cut him in the 2nd round. His eye opened, and then I knocked him out in the 6th round. Well, time keeps going. Oh, okay, Victor, you did okay, you know, you know.
So that sounds like Oscar.
I have no idea. You know, I'm just.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So from there, it's like, good job. You know, all right, cool, thank you. So now, they don't think I have any chances of being anything in the world. So I say, Oscar, I want the rematch with Marcos Maidana, please. I said I didn't have to put my titles on the line, but I did.
Yeah.
I said I had a broken wrist. I told you. You said it wasn't broken. It was broken in 3 places. Mm-hmm. I said I took the fight just to not make HBO and Golden Boy look bad, man. Come on, let's do it. I'm ready. No, Victor, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I go, but it does work like that. You're the promoter.
Yeah.
I said, why not? You promote everything, and it just takes for you to say, hey, talk to Victor's team and let's make it happen. That's all you have to say. Well, no, they don't want the fight, Victor. They don't want the fight. Oh, come on, dude. So nope.
Is he a fair promoter?
I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no.
Okay.
I plead the 5th.
Okay. All right.
I'll tell you off cameras.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever that means. So all this is going on, man, and I'm just thinking to myself, you know, it's wrong on so many levels where like I put so much into the sport and gave the fans and people for the promotion to do something huge, you know? And when I didn't get my rematch, I said, all right, well, you know what? I have another fighter I have set in mind. And who's that? And I said, I know I'm a 140 pounder, 135, 140 pounder, but I'll come up to 147 and I'll fight Andre Berto. But after I beat Andre Berto, I want Floyd Mayweather.
Wow.
So the whole table laughed at me.
Yeah.
They said, Victor, that's called career suicide. I go, I don't care. I want a contract, please. So they sent me a contract, pretty much paying me the minimums of everything. For people of that caliber, it's, you know,
for Berto?
Change. Yeah, for me, yeah.
Okay.
To fight Berto and people of that caliber and people of like, you know, Golden Boy caliber, that's they're big hitters, you know, they make a lot of money. So
yeah.
I got paid, you know, peanuts, but it's okay. I didn't mind it because I could make my rent, I could pay my cell phone bill, I could put gas and my insurance on my car. It's okay.
So you're not getting paid on like the back end?
No, nothing. So I come in and I annihilate my competition. Mm-hmm. And after I did so, I said I want the fight that I asked for when you guys all laughed at me. No, we believed in you, Victor. We knew you'd be the champ. I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I want the contract too.
Yeah.
So boom, they sent me a contract to fight Floyd, you know, and God bless Floyd, you know, he gave me the opportunity. Mm-hmm. Well, at the time I was the reigning champ, so technically speaking, I gave him the opportunity, but he didn't have to say yes, and he did, you know.
And he's a prize fighter too.
Yeah, he's a prize fighter, you know, and I mean, I was 22, going on 23 years old. I have nothing but respect and admiration for him. I feel our fight never finished, but you know, that's just me. That's just me.
And we're gonna get into the fight as well. You know, obviously in the press conference, was it you that grabbed him or him that grabbed you like by the neck or
Yeah,
whatnot?
he had grabbed
what a
me.
part of that is this real?
Well, the thing is, he had told me in the locker room, well, before, not the locker room, it was like the lobby area, before the press conference and stuff. He goes, Victor, hey, Vic, you need to sell this fight, man. And I go, yeah, bro, but Floyd, can I tell you something, though? Don't take offense to it. Yeah, what's going on? I go, everybody hates you, bro. I said, I'm just me, dog. I don't like talking smack. I said, I don't like getting in your face. I don't like to talk bad about you. Like, I don't like that. Come on, Vic, man, just sell it. And I go, bro, they're going to buy the pay-per-views because nobody likes you, bro.
They want to see him lose.
Yeah, and I go, I'm just being honest with you. And he goes, nah, come on, Vic, man, let's make it dirty. This, and I was like, dang, bro, like, I like you, like, like you're a good dude, like.
Yeah.
And then
was that hard?
It was, cause like I don't have no animosity toward people. I don't carry that.
Okay.
And even the times when somebody tries to get crazy with me, I'm kind of like, it'll be in the spot and in the moment, and we're done. It's like, hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
But for those who hold the grudge, that's on them,
Sure. Okay.
So at the end of the day, that took place, and he goes, come on, Vic, come on, man. And I go, all right, we'll see what we go do up there and stuff. So now we're at the press conference and stuff, and he's like, yeah, you ain't shit,
Yeah.
And I go,
did it make you mad that he was doing it, or did you just
it started making me a little mad, And then I go, man, it's interesting. You like to live your life as if you got a silver spoon in your mouth. Mm-hmm. He goes, gold. It's gold. And I go, okay. Well, you know what? Don't matter. It don't matter. I'm gonna end you.
Yeah.
And when I said I'm gonna end you, you ain't gotta do shit. And I go, you ain't on my level.
Yeah.
He goes, the fuck? I've done made this. I've done built this. I was like, you done shit. And then got to a point to where now he comes around, and his uncle,
Roger.
Rest in peace, yeah, Mr. Roger. I apologize to Mr. Roger after everything was all over. But I go, look, Floyd, I'm gonna do you a solid, bro. We're not gonna see 12 rounds. We're not gonna go to decision. I'm gonna knock you the F out, like Chavez knocked out your uncle. When I did that,
that's a problem.
Yeah, when I did that, oh man,
that was a problem. Yeah.
Roger, motherfucker, then
boom. Then he grabbed you by the neck.
Grabbed my neck, and then I was
you said too much.
Yeah, and then he grabbed by the neck, and I was like, you told me to sell the fight.
But you said that's selling the fight.
But it became a rivalry right then and there. When he put his hands on me, but he grabbed my jugular.
Yeah.
When he grabbed it, he squeezed it.
Okay.
And when he squeezed it, that hurt. But I'm not. We're in the media now.
Yeah, sure.
So and I got in his face, and I was like, "Yeah, motherfucker, do it harder than you piece." And then now I got in his face.
That's a problem.
And now you had securities, and they're trying to grab me like, oh, and then he's like, oh damn, I just pissed him off, because like that kind of hurt, man. So
yeah, grabbed him by the neck. Yeah.
So now the fight takes place, and
Question before.
Yeah.
The fight takes place. As you're entering the ring and thousands of people are there, as a fighter, are you blocking out the noise?
I don't see nothing. I don't hear nothing. I was just.
This is natural. You don't see anything. You don't hear anybody cheer. You don't nothing.
There's been one fight that I heard everything and everyone. That was against Marcos Maidana.
Okay.
But I was mentally never.
Like you said, you weren't there. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you're fighting Floyd. You're entering the ring. Everything's blocked out. You're focused.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What were you thinking about, at least?
We're not seeing 12.
Okay.
We're not seeing 12.
Okay.
Well, because the thing is, you can't see 12 in Vegas versus somebody of that caliber,
You got to knock him out.
Yeah, you have to knock him out that bar, Greg.
Yeah. Yeah. So how would you count the rounds? Round one.
Round one, I went in there trying to pretty much see what exactly he's got, what's the hype about.
Okay.
So I was, kind of not toying. I was just kind of like feeling the waters. If I feint here, what does he do? If I try to go like that, or see what his reaction is.
Okay.
Just trying to get his timing, and then just do enough to win the round.
Okay.
Or a couple punches at a time. And I personally thought the first round was either or.
Sure.
If anything, they probably gave it to him because he's Floyd. I think second round, I started turning it up, started cutting the distance, cutting the ring, not letting them go box. Third round, I was really curious, and I was like, let's see if you have power. I told him, see if you got power. Come on, Floyd. You got power. Let me see your power. And then he hits me one right, straight right. Come on. I know you hit harder than that.
No, it didn't hurt you.
And he hits me again with another straight right. I go, come on, Floyd. You ain't got nothing, man. Come on. I know you hit harder than that. Boom. So I took 4 straight rights in the 3rd round. And when in the 4th one, I just remember I looked at him and I go, you ain't got shit. I'm coming.
What's your team telling you?
So they're like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you letting him hit you? Victor, ¿por qué andas dejando que te esté pegando? Why are you letting him hit you? And I go, you don't hit hard. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
All right.
Hey, relax. I just want to test the waters. You don't test the waters. Not like that.
Okay.
One punch could take you down. I was like, I'm down. I'm good. So then, yeah, that was my bad. But I was young, you know, young, full of ego. So I took the 4 punches, but like I told him, you ain't got nothing. I'm coming. So now I started attacking. But the problem with Floyd is Floyd's quick, but he has a hook. He throws a hook, he misses the punch, but boom, he gets you with the elbow.
He hits you with the elbow.
And I'm left-handed. And so being not left-handed, right? So being that I'm left-handed, when he would throw it, I'm a mirror image. Boom, he started closing my eye. Mm-hmm. Closing my eye.
With his forearm.
Yeah,
okay.
With his elbow. So then I got to a point where I believe it was 16 elbows in, and I kept telling the ref from round 1, watch his elbows, ref. Keep fighting Ortiz. Watch his elbows, ref. Keep fighting Ortiz. And man, that hurt. So that 4th round, I got him against the ropes. And mind you, the shell stuff is not really working on me because I'm shooting from an angle that a righty is not used to getting hit by because I'm left-handed.
Yeah.
Left-handed, right? So I'm shooting from over here, boom, boom, boom. This shit's not working.
Yeah.
And even if it is, I won't keep away because I'm coming in. So now I have him against the ropes and he's doing this and I'm catching him, boom, boom, and then boom, boom. And the last thing that was said to me was, headbutt the mother effer, you know?
Yeah, somebody told you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The corner, you know, just to get a point deducted from me, but call the shot on him too. And then, so, hey, I listened to my corner.
So that's what it is. So, you know, basically, you start to get the best of him at one point, and then you headbutt him.
Yeah.
And at that point...
But I headbutted him because there was an elbow between.
Sure. And at that point, you know, a lot of people wonder, you know, the apology.
Well, here's the thing. In that particular precise moment, man, and I have sons now, so I can put this on anything that I have in my life, and my 2 baby boys are my collateral there. Like, I love them so much, I would never, ever, this would never be worth lying about.
Yeah.
So this whole situation, when I was hit like that, everything just kind of transpired and it just kind of switched up because, man, I thought in that moment, I thought to myself, I had 161 fights as an amateur. I had 8 national titles, belts, championships in the amateurs, youngest in history for the Team USA. I've never done nothing dirty.
Yeah.
At the time, I had, 26, 27 fights as a pro. Never dirty.
Well,
nothing.
No one today labels you as a dirty fighter.
Well, nothing.
That's not even today. Yeah.
But at the time, you know, I never did nothing dirty. So I gave him a hug, man. Floyd, man, you're hurting me, bro. Come on. Keep it clean, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I gave him a kiss on the cheek. Sorry, bro. Hey, man, come on. You're hurting me, Floyd. I couldn't see out of this eye. I thought he left me blind.
Yeah.
You're hurting me, Floyd. I can't see nothing, bro. Come on, man. Keep it clean. The referee's doing what he's doing over there.
Not paying attention.
And I go, ref. Boom, hits me. Hey, we're even.
Yeah.
Ref. Boom, I go down. And I just remember everything just felt like little tingles all over my body and then I'm like this, my elbows under me like this and my feet are like this. And then the ref finally looks over, he goes, 6, 7.
Yeah.
8, count me from like 7 or 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like this. Oh, come on, move, come on, get up. I couldn't even feel my legs, you know. Yeah. And then the fight's over, and I looked at Floyd. Come on, Floyd, you serious, bro? That's boxing, baby. That's boxing, baby. I was like, come on, that wasn't fair, man. So
A lot of people look at it as a cheap shot.
But-
a lot of people look at it as protect yourself at all times.
You know, at this point in time, everybody has their thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
God bless them. But here's the thing. So the fight's over, and there was so many ways to take that, talk ugly, put him down, and be bitter. But you know what? I looked at the positive side of things. Before that fight, man, I had 25 cents in my account, man, and I didn't have nothing. So
Yeah.
Well, first it was 25,000, and I had to pay off all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
of course.
And then I ended up with 25 cents in my account, and then
So
I wasn't getting paid correctly or right. So thanks to Floyd, man, he gave me my beginning of making a name for myself. I wasn't paid a whole lot because I always said that after I beat him, I'd make my fortune.
There you go.
But that wasn't the case, you know. God had his plan, and
I'm glad you think that way. That's a blessing. And speaking of a man of faith, before we wrap up, how important is God in your life?
Oh man, he's everything, brother, and that's the thing. In the Bible it says, "Be faithful in the little that God gives you, and be faithful in the much that He gives you." Now, the problem with me came when I received everything, the abundance of money, women, Hollywood, nice cars, big houses, everything. I wasn't faithful in much. I did it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, God's there. God exists, but I did it all. And you know what? After God gave me my two little blessings, Royal and Malachi, I'm beyond blessed to. I don't ever have to step back into that ring to prove something to anyone, and you know. But at this point in time, I love doing what I do because I'm still young enough to do so. But God he's my everything, man.
Yeah.
It's the Alpha, He's the Omega,
Beginning
He's
and
the
the
truth
end.
and the light, man.
Yes,
So
indeed.
yeah, beginning.
Well,
and end.
I want to say, Victor, I mean, I appreciate your time. I mean,
thank
we
you.
could talk this all day, but it's definitely been a pleasure.
Pleasure's mine.
And good luck to you. Continue your fighting career, man.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you guys.
And thank you so much, Victor
kindly,
Ortiz. Victor
brother.
Ortiz, Late Show with Leto, baby. Thank you.